Hiking has its pros and cons. It can be very fulfilling and adventurous, but the mines are filled with dangerous falls, falling objects, and tight spaces in which you can easily get stuck. Some people were lucky enough to escape or get rescued, but today we're looking into a man who has never returned from his hike. A hiker named Kenny Veach, also known as Snake Bit McGee, left an interesting comment on the video Son of an Area 51 Technician. The comments have been disabled since, but at the time it read, "This ain't nothing. I'm a long distance hiker. One time during one of my hikes out by Nellis Air Force Base, I found a hidden cave. The entrance to the cave was shaped like a perfect capital M. I always enter every cave I find, but as I began to enter this particular cave, my whole body began to vibrate. The closer I got to the cave entrance, the worse the vibrating became. Suddenly, I became very scared and hightailed it out of there. That was one of the strangest things that ever happened to me." As usual, people were skeptical. He went on to say he will revisit the cave again. He made a 22-minute video documenting his search. Fortunately, or unfortunately, he was unable to find the cave. About a month later, Kenny announced he was going back to the canyon to try to find the cave again.
So I'm a happy camper. I'm gonna collect these for a while, and then hopefully we'll find that cave. I'm in a big giant creek bed right now, and I haven't come to the area where the cave is. So it's along here somewhere. This is gonna get real narrow way down here when I finally get up to that mountain down there, which is it's a good distance away. When I get to that mountain, I should be in the narrow part of the canyon. It gets so narrow you can almost put your hands on either side of it, on the walls, on the canyon walls. And so I do all of this solo, you know, and it's kind of dangerous. And I try to pretend like, you know, they're not the kind of cave I'm looking for. The kind of cave I'm looking for is deep, and it's dark, and it's shaped like it's shaped just like the letter M. So lots of little caves and stuff along here, and it's about level with the ground, like in an area like this. So I really got to keep my eyes peeled because I don't want to pass it. You know, and then there's caves like that, you know. Well, I did not find the cave. That is so weird. I mean, I thought for sure I was just gonna be able to find it. I remember it being fairly easy. Who knows? But I am at the mouth of the canyon. There, I'm just now coming out, and now I have to take a big left-hand turn and walk all the way back to my truck, which is a long, hard trip because I've got a lot of up and down to do.
On November 10th, 2014, Kenny went on a hike but never returned. His girlfriend left a comment telling us more information. She goes on to say it was normal for them to go on 8 to 9 hour hikes and they really enjoyed them. She also mentioned that Kenny didn't want to use GPS for an unknown reason and was prone to limiting himself on water and food supplies as it was more interesting.
You gotta know which canyons to go down, otherwise you get lost up here. I don't bring a compass or anything. I don't have any supplies, you know. I bring water and I bring something to eat, but I haven't eaten anything since I started this hike, and I've only had 2 small gulps of water, so I kind of try to pretend that I'm running out or I don't have it, just so I can see how far I can actually go before I feel like I'm in trouble. That way, if I ever do get in trouble, I know when I know when I should start panicking, how long I have before I'm in trouble. So that's a good idea to do that, you know.
After some time, she called the search and rescue team, but the only thing they found is his cell phone near the entrance of the abandoned mine shaft. When they searched for Kenny inside the mine shaft, they weren't able to find him. There were rumors on Reddit that he was found dead in a mine shaft, but till this day, nobody knows where he is. There are theories of what happened to him. Here are some of them. Vanishing into the desert is certainly one way to go without a trace. If I were asked my opinion on all of this, I'd easily say this theory seems to fit more than all the other ones. Like said before, his girlfriend, Sherry Ann Pilgrim, left comments where she also went on to say Kenny was very depressed and was suffering for years, and that she believes he committed suicide. He quit his job and tried to make a living selling inventions. This, however, didn't go well, which led him into a bigger financial problem. The fact his father committed suicide when Kenny was in his 20s also left a mark. The biggest proof, so to say, is when his girlfriend asked him if he would pull a Robin Williams on her. He said that if he did, no one would ever find him. A promise he unfortunately kept. This theory is the most interesting one, and it revolves around the government. People theorize Kenny was killed by the government for discovering something he shouldn't have. Apparently, the M cave was near Millis Air Force Base, which is close to Area 51. Supposedly, Kenny discovered something the government was protecting and was killed. This explains the weird vibrations he experienced in front of the M cave. Some say the vibration was a mix of adrenaline or excitement, but I don't think so, as Kenny went on these hikes for a very long time and was keen on even making it harder and was considered an expert. Although some people say it could be due to carbon monoxide poisoning, which is nothing uncommon in caves, judging by the fact that they have bad air. There is a man named Sean Neil Horlacher that documented his quest trying to find Kenny Veach and the M cave, but he was unsuccessful. He does, however, make sort of a recent update on the M cave, and was even threatened that if he continued to try to find the M cave, he would die. His YouTube channel will be linked down in the description. Whatever the truth may be, Kenny left another mystery buried in the depths and which is likely never to be solved. Thank you for watching, and if you want to support us, our Patreon is linked down below.